This video is brought to you in association with Qualcomm Snapdragon.
He hates slow, so he goes fast, insists on efficiency, and enables epic battery life. It's no wonder engineers dream of ways to harness his power.
For smartphones, Kevin.
Smartphones. Got it.
Make sure your next phone has a Snapdragon processor for the ultimate in speed and battery life. Qualcomm Snapdragon processors at the heart of the Lumia 640 XL.
Hi guys, it's Sandeep here from FoneArena, and today we have with us the OnePlus 2. The OnePlus 2 is the successor to the OnePlus 1 and it was announced yesterday. The smartphone will be coming to India on August 11th exclusively through Amazon at a price of Rs 22,999 for the 16GB version and 24,999 for the 64GB version. So let's go ahead and unbox the device. So let's just open the box and take a look at the contents inside. So here you have it, the OnePlus 2 smartphone. Let's just take it out and take a quick look. The device is thicker than the OnePlus 1. You can notice that as soon as you hold it. And the sandstone finish is a bit more apparent compared to the OnePlus 1. And you can see that the camera unit has been lowered as well. We'll explain more about that later on, but first let's just take a look at what else is inside the box. You have a quick start guide. You have a user guide. That's about it. And moving over to the other contents of the box. Here you have the USB Type-C cable. Now this is the USB 2.0 end, which is the USB Type-A, and even this is reversible. So is the USB Type-C end over here. So let's just remove it. So as you can see here, this is the new USB Type-C connector, and it is dual-sided. So all you have to do is just plug in to the phone's USB Type-C port, and it works either way. There. So it works both ways, and it isn't actually as sharp as the micro USB port, which actually has sharp edges on the bottom, and at times if you're actually plugging it into your phone at night, you end up scratching your phone's display or the bezels, and that is not likely to happen with the USB Type-C port. And like I said, both the ends of the USB port are reversible. And last but not the least, you have the charger, the wall charger itself, and this is where the USB port plugs into, and this is the 2-pin plug similar to what you get in India as well as Europe. And I'll just show you how the Type-A adapter also plugs in both ways. So it goes in there, you can remove it, and there, that's it. This makes things a whole lot easier, as you don't have to fiddle and find out which way is right and which way is wrong. So let's just take a look at the hardware aspects of the phone first. Up front you have a large 5.5-inch Full HD display. Now the size of the display and the resolution remain same as the OnePlus 1, and we feel that's kind of a good thing, because having a 1440p display on a 5.5-inch phone actually drains a lot of battery, and you don't really get much of a difference in terms of the viewing experience as compared to a 1080p phone either. So above the display you have the earpiece, you have the 5-megapixel front-facing camera, you also have the new fingerprint sensor over here, and although you can't click it, it still is able to register as a home button, and you can even use it to unlock your phone. There are 2 capacitive keys as well on either side of the home button or the fingerprint sensor. And moving over to the right, you can see the volume rocker button here, as well as the power/lock key. On the left side you have the new profile switch key, which actually has 3 different modes. So you can either have show all notifications, priority notifications, or no notifications at all. As simple as that. And there's a nice engraving on the key itself that makes it easier to actually just switch without having to look at it and then switch it from mode to mode. Now moving over to the top, you have the 3.5mm audio jack, you have the secondary microphone, and you have an outlet for the antenna itself. And at the bottom you have the new USB Type-C port, and you have the speakers as well. At the back you can see that there's a 13 megapixel camera, and it is a dual tone flash, and apart from that you also get laser autofocus. So it uses lasers to actually focus on an object much faster than you could with conventional focus tracking methods. You also have the OnePlus logo here. Now if you notice, the camera unit is actually a bit lower than it was on the OnePlus One. On the OnePlus One it is a bit higher over here, and the reason for that that we feel is appropriate is because if you're actually holding the device in landscape mode and trying to take a photo, most of the time you end up covering the lens like this. So in this case there's sufficient space to actually keep both your fingers on either ends of the phone and take the photo. Now, like the OnePlus One, the back panel on the OnePlus 2 is also removable, but it's actually a bit easier to remove compared to the first generation OnePlus One. So all you have to do is just pry open from here. So like the OnePlus One, the back panel is removable, but it's much easier to do so, and the battery unit on the OnePlus One and the OnePlus 2 are not removable. Another thing we notice is that it's not a hybrid slot, so you can't actually put in a micro SD card if you want to, so the total storage will be based on what your device specification is, and you can't really extend that further. So you get different types of back panels for the OnePlus 2. This is the sandstone finish one. You also get other ones such as the bamboo cover, you get the rosewood, and a few other things as well. So it's that easy to pop back on. So let's just boot up the device now. So you can see the OnePlus logo, and they have this new animation for the OnePlus 2 while booting up, which actually looks quite cool. Reminds us of the Sony PlayStation icons, the triangle, the circle, the square. The only thing that's missing is the X. So let's just briefly skip through all this. Okay, so here we have it. The OnePlus 2 is all booted up. So let's just take a look and see how smooth the phone is. Let's just go into the settings and take a look at what software version is running. So as you can see here, it's running on Android version 5.1.1, and it has Oxygen UI 2.0 on top. Now this is the model number A2003. There will be 3 different variants of the OnePlus 2 available: the A2001, the A2003, and the A2005. It seems that the Indian market will get the A2003. Let's just go back. So we'll also take a look at the storage. So this is the 64 GB variant. Out of 64 GB, the user gets around 52.90 GB available out of the box, which is pretty good, and I think for most of us it should be more than sufficient. Now what is interesting is that you can actually set the functions of each of these hardware keys, which wasn't possible on the OnePlus One. So let's just go and try to do that. So right now, if you can see here, this is set to the back button. So we'll just go back into the menu and swap the buttons here. And now if you notice, this becomes the new back button, and this becomes the multitasking button. As simple as that. You can also go into the button settings and enable the on-screen navigation bar. So right now, if you notice, the off-screen navigation, the hardware capacitive keys have actually come on screen, and you can use these to actually control the phone rather than having to use the hardware keys. It actually disables the home button here also, which is quite interesting to see, but I think it will still act as a fingerprint sensor if you wanted to do so. So let's just enable it again, and now goes back. You can also set a few actions for long press, double tap, etc. So let's just set double tap to turn off the screen. So I'll just double tap the home button and it turns it off. It's actually pretty neat. So let's just unlock the device again and probably set a different action for long press. So long press, let's set it to open camera. Okay, as you can see here, it has opened the camera. Let's just take a look at the different options available. So you have a photo mode, a video mode, panorama, slow motion, as well as time-lapse mode. So in the photo mode, okay, you have 3 different options, either to take photos at 12 megapixel which is in 4:3 ratio, 7.9 megapixel in 16:9 ratio, or 9.3 megapixel in 1:1 ratio. Let's check what is the maximum video recording resolution as well. So in terms of video as well, you have 4K Ultra HD, Full HD 1080p, as well as 720p HD videos. You also have the option for panorama, slow motion, and time-lapse videos. Interestingly, the phone also has ability to record time-lapse videos in 4K resolution. The OnePlus 2 is available in both 16 as well as 64 GB variants. The 16 GB variant gets 3 GB of RAM, while the 64 GB version gets 4 GB of RAM. Both are powered by the same Snapdragon 810 processor, which is clocked in at 1.8 GHz. The octa-core processor is known to cause a few issues on certain handsets, especially with respect to heating up, as seen in the LG G Flex 2. But like the Xiaomi Note Pro, this also uses version 2.1, which is said to be much cooler and much better performing than the initial 810 processor. Surprisingly, the device does not have NFC connectivity. The battery is built-in and non-removable and has a capacity of 3300 mAh. So that was the unboxing of the OnePlus 2 smartphone. If you liked the video, do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.